Hey guys, welcome back to another video where we are going to look at configuring record change notifications for form-based apps. Agile Point NX platform has always been considered very strong for developing process-based apps, and it has always been one of its core strengths for nearly 2 decades. Back in 2018, we extended the platform to include the ability to create form-based apps using which citizen developers could create data management apps which involve no process. This feature was very well received within our customer base as they could start with something very simple, creating a form-based apps to digitize existing data collection process and then bringing in the process logic at a later stage. Customers started creating hundreds of these apps, but one feature which was high on their wish list was ability to send notifications when a record is added, edited, or deleted, something which they were able to do in process-based apps only. I'm happy to announce that this feature is now available in the platform for form-based apps as well. So let's look at this feature in action. I'm in my demo environment right now. I'm going to go to App Builder. We'll start by creating a new form-based app. I'm going to select form-based app. I'm going to give it a name, FBA demo. Provide a category. Now it is going to ask me, am I creating a widget or a form-based app? I'm going to say I'm not creating a widget. Next, it is going to ask me to select the primary data source. I'm going to select data entity as my primary data source. Give it a name. I'm going to go against a customer table, which I created in data entity. Click next. At this screen, I can configure some of the miscellaneous items like access tokens, style sheets, groups, roles, images. But you'll see a new option has been added over here for form-based apps, which is notifications. If you click on select, over here, you can turn on notifications for your app. Now, this can be done from within the app structure as well, but if you wanted to do it right at the beginning while creating the app, you can turn on the notification for add record notification, update, and delete record notification. If you hover over the tooltip, it tells you that the delete record notification would be enabled for all out-of-the-box views if you enable this toggle switch. For any custom views which you create, you can always go to the app builder folder structure and associate a new notification over there. I'm going to go ahead and click save. Next. For the app owner, I'm going to keep myself as the app owner. I can add multiple of these over here. I'm going to go with default. So it's going to configure my application. I'll click OK. Now, because I said this is a form-based application, it puts me in the form designer. I'll close the form settings dialog. I'm going to reduce it to a 2-column form. So I'm going to build a very simple form-based application to use for my demo. I'm going to drag customer name, email, phone, age, city, state, and address field. I'm going to span the address field across 2 columns. Now we have seen how to create form-based applications in other demos, so I'm going to keep it very simple. In case of form-based applications, you have to specify your edit or update view. I'm going to say, just copy whatever I've done in the add view to this update view as a starting point. It copies over the whole form structure, so that I don't have to repeat it again. Now I can always go to bulk edit mode and mark some of them as read only. I'm going to go with default. Now my app forms are ready. We are going to look at how this notification is all wired up. So if I drill down into the folder structure over here for my app, in case you are not seeing all the folders, you can click on this button over here to show all files. You'll see all the folders over here, with notification. Under email, one thing you'll notice is there have been 3 email templates which have been auto-generated. I'm going to select this, click edit. The first email is for record added. Now I can always create my own custom email templates as well. I am not bound to use just the ones generated out of the box. And by default, it is informing the application owners, there can be multiple of these, that a new record has been added. And as far as content is concerned, here is the default content. You can always add context sensitive data over here as well. So for example, I'm dealing with customers, so I can say this is for customer name, and I can map it to my variable in my schema over here. Similarly, I can add a lot more fields over here, and it has also created some of the links for me. So this is the default out of the box template. You can always edit it as per your needs. Also, we have added a whole lot of system tokens to facilitate this. So if you just search with the record, you can see there is a add new record URL, which I used over here. Deleted record IDs in case you want to include those in your delete email notification. Edit record URL, I've used it over here. Record created by full name, which I'm going actually using in my email template. If you see, record created by full name. Record created date, deleted by name, full name, deleted date. Similarly, there is a whole set for update as well. Who updated his full name, username, date, and also the view record URL. So you can just drag and drop and configure these email templates easily. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. For delete record, similarly, there is an email template which has been created. By default, it is set up to be sent to app owners, and it includes a couple of links. And similarly for edit record as well. You can see it is being mailed out to app owners by default, and it has some data. Now, how these emails are wired up to the forms, if I go to forms, new form, in a form-based application, there's only one new form. You can select it, click on notify button. You'll see that the record added email notification is already tied to this particular form. This is because in the app creation wizard, I toggled that switch to allow add record notification. You can always select a new notification from the drop down if you added one, or if you didn't want the notification to be sent out, you can clear it as well. It shows me the email template which I'm using over here. Similarly, for the update form, if I go over here and notify, it is tied to the record edited email notification. And if I go to the view forms, there are three views which were generated by default because this was a data entity application. All customers view, recently created customers view, and recently modified customer view. These views can differ based on which data source you are binding it to. For most data sources, it is going to generate three views out of the box. If you select it, click on notify, you'll see because I selected that enable delete notification. Now delete operation is something you do on the view forms only, the list view forms, and that's where the delete notification has been associated. So you can see record deleted is associated with all of these views. If you end up creating your own custom views, you can always come to this folder under forms, view forms, select your view, click notify, and then select the delete notification to enable it for that particular view. So once this is done, you can publish the application out. I've set my default view as all customers. I'll click on launch button. So it brings me to the default view. I can always change the views from my drop down, but I'm in the all customer view, and right now there are 3 customers. So I'm going to start adding a new customer over here. So I'm going to say name is Glenn Maxwell, email ID is this, phone number, age, lives in Orlando, Florida, and address is something like XYZ Drive. Click Submit. At this point of time, you can see a new record has been added. If I switch back to my email, I received a new notification over here which tells me, dear app owner, Nishant added a new record. So the name of the user, full name, and in bracket you see the username, has added a new record using the following app. The context sensitive data over here for that customer's name has been included as well. And there are a few links which are available. I can click on view the new record. It brings me to a read-only view of that record. Edit the new record. These were all created using those macros which were available under system variables. So it takes me to the edit view of the same record. Add a new record. So I can always decide to add a new record from here itself. And view all records, which takes me to the default view, which was all customers in my case. Okay, so I'm going to go back and now edit this particular item. I'm going to change the age, for example, over here and click Submit. I would receive a record edited notification. If I switch back to my mailbox, because there is a record edited notification over here, again with some text that who changed it and links to open the corresponding record. Finally, if I go here and delete the record, so the record has been deleted from the view, and since I enable the delete notification, I would be receiving the delete notification. So if I switch back to my mailbox, I have a record deleted notification over here. So with this feature, you can notify either the record owners or application owners or relevant parties of any changes which have taken place in the record using the form-based application. Thanks a lot for your time.